my report on the Holocaust. Not many people know what the Holocaust is, but this presentation will tell you. What is the Holocaust? The Holocaust was when Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party came to power in Germany to try to concentrate the world and show that Germany was the most powerful nation. They planned to create a perfect world by getting rid of Jews. Well, they mostly got rid of Jews, but they wanted people who were not, they didn't want people who were not like Christian or the way they didn't want them to look like. So, and they did this in Europe, and they tried to make everybody look like the way Hitler wanted to. Facts about the Holocaust. My first fact is in 1935, laws were passed that took away rights of Jews. My second fact. After World War II began, all Jews were forced to live in small areas called ghettos. I'll get to that later. My third fact, to try to make them follow orders, they were moved into concentration camps of labor and death. By labor, it means slave labor. Like, they would force them to work without pay. And death, I think you know what that means. And my fourth fact is, it is estimated around 11 million people were killed, and over 6 million were Jews in the Holocaust. Who was Adolf Hitler? Adolf Hitler was the leader of the Nazi Party. He was born on April 20th, 1889. He was an Austrian-born German. He grew up painting, but then joined the German army in World War I. He worked his way up through the party and came to power in 1933. Hitler was a strong leader who loved being famous. Most of the world immediately feared Hitler and his plans after he came to power. Hitler was responsible for the Holocaust and planned to take over the entire world. He used his hatred to fuel his rise to power, and eventually it caused his defeat. He committed suicide in 1945 when he realized Germany had lost World War II and he was going to be captured and punished. By that, he means they were going to send him to prison or even kill him for his crimes. What was Nazism? Nazism is when a person is loyal to the Nazi Party or Hitler and believed in a world that would be rid of anyone who were not fully German. And this was their symbol. It was the Nazi flag. The ghettos. Ghettos were created to separate Jews from the German population. Ghettos were designed to control the Jews. 2 through 4 families were housed together in one small apartment. There were apartments where they would live, and they would be forced to live with other families crammed in together into one apartment. When the Germans came to deport the Jews to the camps, the Warsaw Ghetto uprising occurred. By that, the Warsaw Ghetto, this is really famous about the Holocaust, the Warsaw Ghetto fought back against against the Germans, and they lasted longer than any country could defending their place. And this was a map of the ghettos and little places like that where the ghettos were. The camps. These were the concentration camps. There were over 15,000 concentration and death camps throughout Europe. There is a lot. Most were pretty small and most were big.
The biggest camp